When I launched this channel several years back, I'm too lazy to be bothered to look up the date. It was always intended to be a general review channel of movies and shows I was interested in, but it's undeniable that the first few years were built on the Doctor Who fandom, as that was what I was most interested in and knew the most about, and people seemed to be liking my Doctor Who videos, so it grew and grew, it worked, so it became a lot about that for a while. After the start of the RTD2 and Ncuti era, I was just falling off more and more, and after the first few episodes of Season 1, as it's called, I stopped watching for a while. However, the thought often was in the back of my mind that I would like to come back to it eventually and see if it ever got better, if it ever became again the Doctor Who that I remembered. Recently, after being intrigued, having heard about Sutek's return in the finale and seeing images of the character Lux, and, wanting to know more about the new companion played by Verada Sethu, an actress from Andor, another show that I like, I thought, okay, maybe now's the time to give it a go. So I did. I've taken a bit of time to catch up, and I'm somewhat mixed, but not as much as I was before. Most of the episodes in Season 1, in my opinion, ranged from terrible to confusing to just okay. I will say, however, that despite it not being perfect, I really did enjoy the finale. Maybe it was just the fan service of Sutek's return, maybe it was the break I took, but I thought it was really good. I always like seeing Unit and Kate Stewart back. The return of Sutek I thought was handled pretty well, in a standard RTD way. And although yes, the episode did end with a typical RTD reset button, I thought it was one that worked better than some of his others. As for last year's Christmas special, I thought there were some genuinely funny moments. I really liked the scenes of the Doctor staying at the hotel for a year with Anita. I like it when the Doctor has to go outside of his comfort zone a bit. It can provide some potential for interesting character stuff, and I thought it had some really good moments here. The ending, however, was just dumb in my opinion. Now, as of making this video, the first 3 episodes have come out for Season 2, and I have watched them all, and I gotta give it this. I'm enjoying this new season much better than the last. Even though it was made at the same time, I feel like it's a vast improvement. Robot Revolution had some good ideas. It was bogged down a bit by too many of those ideas, and I felt like the messaging about the incels, or whatever the term is, was a little shoehorned in, but overall, I thought the episode was mostly pretty enjoyable. But then came Lux.
I'm Mr. Ring-a-Ding, I make your heart bells sing. Please don't make me laugh, just take my autograph. Now take my jokes, my lovely folks, 'cause I know just one thing, for I am he, oh yes, I'm Mr. Ring-a-Ding.
This one might have saved the show a bit for me. I really liked this episode. I love the old animation, the 50s era costuming and sets, and as a huge fan of cinema in general, having an episode revolving around characters from the cinema coming to life. There was a Torchwood episode that dealt with that too, which I thought was an okay one, but this one was just, I know a lot of people probably have huge problems with it because it is so fantastical, it is so meta, and it's not like classic Doctor Who ever did anything as fantastical like this.
Don't look! The Medusa does not exist! You must believe that!
I mean, Doctor Who has always been a serious, hard science fiction show. It never delved into the strange or unusual or fantastical at all before in the history of the show. So to do something like this is just, I could see people thinking it's not Doctor Who. If you didn't recognize the sarcasm there, then I don't know what to tell you.
Bad joke.
It wasn't perfect, of course. I would have preferred it maybe not to be connected with the Pantheon arc. That was fine for a bit, but I don't know, I'm a little disappointed it didn't die with Sutek. But still, the fun with playing around with the two-dimensional puns, the frames, and the Doctor Who fans, I'm sorry, that was hilarious. That was one of the best things I've seen in years. This episode was brilliant, one of the best things I've seen in years. It was just so unique, so original, and yeah, I really liked it. As for the latest episode, The Well, it was fine. The midnight twist was spoiled online for me before I watched, so that may have dampened my excitement, but again, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was a masterpiece, but it was really enjoyable. And all 3 of these episodes felt like Doctor Who to me, more than the majority of last season's episodes, and even the majority of the Jodie Whittaker era. I feel like Ncuti Gatwa, too, is really coming into his own as the Doctor. He's improving. I was unsure about his character at first, and, he's still not ever going to be my favorite Doctor, but there are certain parts of the writing, though, that just feel very Doctorish, and when it comes to those bits, he does a really good job. I mean, I don't like the crying so much. The crying is getting a little old. I feel like he cries in, almost every episode, and it's just... If you cry in every episode, then it takes away from it, and it's nothing special when it happens all the time, if that makes sense. And like I said before, Verada Sethu is as brilliant as Belinda as she was as Cinta in Andor. It's just two completely different characters. You can't get very different from that. It's funny how both shows are running at the same time, and she is killing it in both shows. She hasn't been in Andor Season 2 much, but, that little appearance she made in Episode 3, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, so brilliant. All this to say is, I'm back watching the show. And as long as this quality keeps up, I'll keep watching the show, and I plan to review each episode of this season. But anyways, guys, see you next Saturday for my review of Lucky Day, I believe it's called. And join me earlier in the week for my review of episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Andor. 3 is a lot, so I'm not sure when that review is coming, but I'll try not to make it too long after Tuesday night. Anyways, guys, that's all from me. See you later. Goodbye.